think I'm live. Well, my wife left me. Oh, it's Life with Brock, by the way. Well, it was Life with Brock. Now it's just Brock. Took the kids. Left me my dogs, at least. Could be better. I don't know what I did. Could have been because I finished getting this guy, and I bought this guy, and I bought this guy, and this guy, and I'm almost done with this guy, and this guy. I think she may have been upset because I got, well, and this guy. Nah, just playing, guys. I'm good. It's all good, but I'm really feeling it inside. Wife and children are gone on vacation. They're out with their nana, and I am batching it. So I decided to hang out with some of you guys. Anybody else batching it, or is it just me? Brokenomics. What's up, IE Hunter? That I had the chat set up right here, but I'm not liking how this is looking. Let me manipulate this. How many people are in here right now? I can't tell when I popped it out. I don't have the SH Figure Arts Thanos. What's up, guys? Hey, thanks for joining in. Appreciate you popping by. It is a Tuesday, and my family is away on vacation. And I'm the poor schmuck that has to stay behind and work. So what do I do when I'm depressed? I eat and drink coffee. And I buy action figures. Let me see if I can pop this in. Sorry, we'll get this thing going here. I did something to the chat here. How do I pop the chat back in? Toggle times to manage moderators, top chat. I want to go to live chat. It's been a while since I've done live sessions on a regular basis, so go figure. All right, so here's the page. Oh, here we go. Restore chat. All right, restored the chat. Now I know where we're at. Now I can see there's 11 of you on a Tuesday. If you're bored like me, I got no agenda, guys. I literally, my family's gone. It'd be very depressing. It's very depressing. I've been married for 17 years. It's been something. I got married in 2002. Almost 17 years. We'll be celebrating our 17th year anniversary here coming up next month. And when my wife is gone, I'm not happy. My kids too, obviously. I love my children, but my wife is gone. What are you guys up to tonight? What's up, Stigma? Well, yeah, because it makes it easier to reach in. Hey, Charles, it's funny you mentioned that. Pardon me if I eat with my mouth full. But he's finally complete. Again, he's complete again because I have another one that I'm turning into. He's in progress right now, Man8. But Charles Chop, he's in the chat right now. I featured his custom repaint of Sasquatch several This Week in Customs episodes ago. So make sure you go check it out. He's got an Instagram page, and it was a fantastic repaint. So he's finished up. So he's going to be on my to paint list. What else did I finish up here? Oh, Southtown Paint Apps. Saludos. Speaking of Spanish, I don't know if this person wants me to let people know who it was, but Tempelhof. I'll just give you that. That's his name. He's in Mexico. Mexico, Mexico, Mexico. Saludos a Mexico. He sent me this arm out of the goodness of his heart. It was it was almost 3 weeks that he sent it from Mexico. And it's completed my Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. I also had some folks send me parts. I did some trades and yeah, man, this is a great figure. Great figure. How many of you guys in the chat have this figure? And if you don't, I highly recommend. But don't just wait. Don't pay $100 something for them. This figure, is it worth $100? I don't know if it's worth $100. I guess it can be worth $100, but it'd be nicer to pick him up for like 60. Right? He's definitely worth $60. This is a very nice looking Build-A-Figure from Hasbro. Yeah, Christopher. It's funny. You should make a Scully says you should make a custom Marvel Legends Mark 85 Iron Man. I couldn't even tell you what the Mark 85 is. It's not something that I'm. Iron Man's not one of my favorite characters. Can you believe that? But I know people go absolutely nuts. Matter of fact, the Revoltech one that just came out is a pretty nice looking figure. Oh, Stigma's working on a Bushido Wolverine, like a samurai. That sounds cool. No, Charles. So that's actually going to be Manape. I picked up the heads from Jesse Quintero's Big Head Studios, and looking forward to getting that. And I'm just out here hanging out. I feel like I need to listen to some music. Let me see if I can turn on something here that won't get me in trouble. But the problem is, I think if I do that, I wonder if it'll affect the mic. Let's see. If it affects the mic, I'm not going to be able to do it. My favorite thing to listen to is Frank Sinatra on Pandora, Frank Sinatra Radio. But obviously, I can't listen to that. It's too bad that can't do stuff like that on YouTube. Let's see. Free music. Let's see what happens. That's not going to work. Oh, that's definitely not going to work. Let me see. That's not working on here. However, I have another idea. I have an iPad right here. Let me see if I can get some music going here, guys. For the 23 that are watching me monkey around here. See the shirt that I'm wearing? My family. Free music. Here we go. Sad background music. Perfect. I wonder if I can play this on my Alexa app. Oh, this is good enough. Perfect. Can you guys hear that? I'm going to have to pop it out. I'm going to have to move the chat over here so I can actually see what's happening. There we go. Yeah, sorry. If you guys were listening on headphones, I apologize. Thanks, Nightwalker. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks, George. Now it's too loud. I can't concentrate. All right. So I have acquired some figures. Let's talk some figures, shall we? Can you play music on Instagram on a live video? I believe you can, because on Instagram you're not monetized. Hey, aloha, Justin. Let me see who else. What else are we saying? Okay. All right. By the way, guys, this Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the other guys, that's a handful of us that we've been in a chat together for a long time. And you saw the other guys on my channel at the end of last year when we did our top 5 figures of 2018. We are going to be doing the top 5 figures of 2019 so far. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to play out with how that's going to play out, if it's just going to be the 2019 figures or figures that we've acquired in 2019. If I had it my way, we would do it figures that have come out in 2019. But however, that live show is going to be on Dewdog Reviews. You guys know him as Dewdog. I know him as James. Come join us. It's going to be Plastic Addict, who is in the live chat right now. It's also going to be T-Man978. Some guy named Tech Chucker. I don't know him too well. Little weird guy. Maybe not little. He's big weird guy. There's going to be Nate Simmons, the redneck from Cali. Am I missing anybody else, George? I think I covered it, right? And of course, Dewdog. And he's going to be our host this time around. Come join us this Friday, and we'll have a good time. Spread the word. We're going to talk figures. So let's get into figures. So I don't know if those of you are familiar with these Jazzware figures from Fortnite. I am not a Fortnite fan in the sense of I'm not playing the video game, on the online game. And it looks like we're a little bit on the delay here. Wow. Like we're having a big time delay. Big time delay. I don't know what to say. But I'm showing the figure this, of course, I'm forgetting what his name is. Wild Card, I think that's what his name is, if I'm remembering correctly. That's what his name is, right, guys? T-Man978. Did I forget T-Man978? No, I said T-Man978. But anyways, so this guy, it's made a splash in the collector community because it's a white suited body and it's highly articulated. It's a new company that's putting stuff out there, Jazzwares. You've seen reviews already. I, of course, haven't seen all the reviews. Where did the chat disappear to? I'm doing a terrible job. I highly apologize. Really apologize for my poor job here. I think I almost got this figured out. I almost have this figured out. Almost had it figured out. Son of a motherless goat. Hold on. At some point, I used to be good at this. Now I have no idea what I'm doing. Hold on. Unbelievable. That's supposed to be relaxing, sad music, and that's not what it's doing to me right now. Yeah, and Justin just hit it exactly what I was going to say. Everybody's digging it because, you know, they want to do a Mr. Negative. They want to do Black Skull. I thought it would be a good one for Black Skull. What I really wanted him for, I wanted to put the old Jigsaw Toy Biz head on him, but it's just too small. Here's a Captain America figure, so you can kind of see it's a significant difference in size. This is literally side by side. And not only is he's shorter, but he's also a lot thinner, right? And or he's more petite. And you can tell it's a completely different scale. And that's unfortunate because this is a very nice looking figure. So I'm going to have to try out the McFarlane. The problem with the McFarlane, it goes the other way. I think it may be too big. Anybody have the McFarlane ones? Yeah. Let me try something else because that's driving me nuts. What I would really like to play is Bensound. Is Bensound on YouTube? Bensound, by the way, for you YouTube creators or those of you that wanted to get some good free music, Bensound is really, really good. At least I like it. All right, here we go. We got some Bensound up in here. All right, we're going to go with that. I hope this plays all of it. All right. That should give us 50 videos. It should take us to the end. All right, where are we at? Let me talk to some of you guys because I'm really disconnected right now. All right, I see that Eric Harker's in the chat. All right, I think I'm almost caught up to where we're supposed to be. All right. I'm glad you guys are having a great time in the chat without me because I'm doing a terrible job. But anyway, so Wildcard, he does come with a lot of cool accessories. By the way, this is, speaking of Doodogs earlier, Doodog, he sent this to me. He found it, he was on fire finding stuff in his local Walmart. But the figure comes with a nicely detailed grenade launcher. I think I like it better than the one that came with the Deadpool, and I think maybe a Punisher, a Marvel Legends. But I like the look of this one, and that would scale fine with the Marvel Legends. It comes with this briefcase. This is good for those of you that like to take figure photography. It's got a crowbar and actually a pretty nice looking gun, but you can go look at the reviews that are out there right now. I like the figure. I just don't know how in the heck I'm going to use that in my collection. I think George said that I should try maybe do a Mr. Negative because Mr. Negative is a smaller Asian character. I don't know if that works that way, but what do you guys think? What's up, Destroyer? Chris, the current custom that I'm working on, I still haven't finished my the music's throwing my concentration. Oh boy. I'm working on that Old Man Bullseye. I finished the Nightwalker, the Nightwing. I still have to finish my Professor X hover chair repaint. I need to repaint him, and he's pretty much almost that whole thing is done. The chair looks amazing. If you guys have the ability to repaint, if you have airbrushes, I highly recommend that you do it. It's well worth it. I'm working on a Man-Ape. What else did I mean, I have a lot of repaints in order that I'm wanting to do. I mentioned that I want to repaint this guy. He's a little loose here in the legs. I'm gonna have to fix that. I also wanted to. I don't know. Could have sworn they just called out my rivers. Did you guys hear that? I don't know why I didn't get this character before, and I think I had actually sold off the parts. I think this was where like the Cyclops and the Colossus, that wave. No, that was a different wave. I can't remember who was in the packages, but this is actually an awesome looking figure. The character is okay, But I mean, the design of the character is pretty neat. Toy Box Customs even did a different head for him that you can buy on his page. But I want to repaint him. I want to do different shades of blue here. Do a little bit different metallic look here. Do some shading, and probably do like a wash on the arms. Repaint everything on him, and give him a little bit more depth because the head is really nice. Unfortunately, it's not going to come out well. Let me see. Those of you that have this figure know that head is pretty nice. I want to definitely repaint the mouth. So I'm going to be working on that. I have some other things on here, but I'll save it. Yeah, Black Mask. I think I said Black Skull, didn't I? I think I meant Black Mask. That's what you guys are saying here. This is not going to be free music. Oh my gosh. Probably just got hit with a copyright strike. Oh well. Music's done, guys. That music was way too familiar. Who knows if you could hear that music? Who do you guys know? Do you guys know what the band was? Okay, cool. It was Weezer. That's good then. So I was looking at this Caliban figure, and I had bought this. Can you guys tell who that was? I had bought this head also from Jesse Quintero and Big Head Studios. Let's see if I can fix the light here. Is that better? So when I worked on that bigger Thanos, that oversized Thanos, I had bought this head because I thought, oh, cool, I'll try it out. But this head ended up being too small. So now what I definitely want to do, I want to revisit Thanos, but I want to revisit him on this body because that one over there it's pretty impressive looking because I did it on the Juggernaut. I'm not trying to talk about how great I am. I'm just saying it is impressive looking. It's a big figure, and it's definitely a standout. You guys can't see it. It's in my cabinet over there. But he's definitely too big for Thanos. But I think this size body is going to be great. I still need his leg over here. And I think I'm going to mix some of the select parts in here and eventually do that. Obviously, I'm going to have to change the hands. These hands, by the way, I think for those of you that are into the that extra head that came, the Shadow King that came with Professor X, and you're wanting to do a Shadow King with this body or with the old Toy Biz Kingpin, which I saw somebody put the head on and it looks like it works. You can use these hands, and you would just have to repaint them. Some people, I know that James Doodog used the knockoff Scorpion Venom. Those hands, some people have been using monster Venom hands if you want really oversized, ginormous hands. But I think these hands right here will scale pretty well on that figure. So if you're thinking about using them, and these parts are not that expensive. Matter of fact, I've seen the complete Build-A-Figure go for like $36 on eBay, which means in the groups you may be able to get it for $25 shipped, which is what these figures should be costing anyway. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Kicktoy. That's good to know. That's right, Nikki. That's right, Justin. You guys guessed it. It's very difficult to follow along on the chat, especially when I'm out of practice. Let me see if I can catch up. Somebody says that Pounds used this body for DevCom, you know that he used the body for a Venom. The body that I want to use for Venom, by the way, any of you in this chat, did you guys buy that transitioning head, Venom head from Super Tom's Customs? It's such a really neat looking piece. Bought it 5 months ago. It's taken forever to get casted. It's just the casting process, I guess, didn't go well. But I'm going to be getting in the mail this week, and I've been wanting to use the Omega Red body. As soon as I got the Omega Red body, as soon as that figure came out, and if you go back and you watch that other guy's top 5 from 2018, that was one of my favorite figures. And the reason is because of the body mold itself. First of all, it's great for Omega Red, but I saw a Venom. I see a Sabretooth coming on that body. There's other characters of larger characters that you can do in that body, and it has the butterfly joints. Really good articulation on that one. Hasbro, I think, knocked it out of the park, and I'm excited to use it. Well, I've been waiting for 5 months to get that head, and I'm gonna try. And actually, this would be a good question. Justin, are you still in the chat by any chance? Hi, Underworld. What's up, Jedi? If Justin Marcos is, oh, good. So Justin, since you're a way more experienced customizer than me, what I was thinking about doing with that Omega Red body was to dye it, to use that rye dye, because as you know, paint rub would be an issue going from red to black, and the red would really come out in those areas. So I was thinking about dyeing it. So I know it can be done because Ace Outlaw Customs, he's done the dye. But my question is, if you've dyed figures, have you managed to figure out, because I know you're supposed to boil it, because I've boiled capes and I've dyed the like cloth material. But when we're talking about this type of plastic, specifically those butterfly joints, when it's that high heat, I think if I leave the figure in there for too long of a time, that it would warp. Do you have any recommendations if you have experience doing that? And I'm assuming that you would, because, well, I shouldn't assume, but I know that you do a gajillion customs. $5 oh. T-Man, you're gonna get censored this Friday. I have a feeling. Bird of Bloodhaven, are you? Wait a second. Do you carry the axe for Dew on his live stream? Is it you? All right, so Justin hasn't attempted that. Yeah, Ace had an issue with the butterfly joints where they got warped, and so and then it almost like shrank the figure. And obviously that's presenting a lot of problems. And what he's thinking, he hasn't perfected the technique yet. I was just wondering if you had, of not necessarily leaving the figure in there and then just giving it, taking it off the heat, bringing up the water to a boil, taking it off the heat, and then dunking the figure in and out and repeating the process until the black catches on. Yeah. Hey, Christopher Ryan is going to be all over you, T-Man. That's not going to be okay. And by all means, if you can mute him, if you can mute one of us, that would be awesome. The Bird of Bloodhaven will give you the ban hammer as you're trying to explain. But if you, hey, am I right, Chris? And James is already, he's already giving us the cat. He's already said, hey, we got to keep it G. So let me see what Justin's saying here. Yeah, it would be. It is. It really is. And he's dyed a couple of figures. The smaller figures, I don't think they have given him issues. It was just the larger figure. Yeah, but even if your live can't, or James, maybe James is the one that's going to be able to mute you. But I think I got George on ours. PG. I think PG is fair. Chris, I think we need to get you on that live stream. It's James's live stream, but I think it'd be cool to have you live to see who's the one that's been bringing the band hammer. What's up, Jason? Finally, and here's another one. Here's another customizer that has a lot of experience. So, Jason, how have you been able to successfully dye a figure that has that thinner plastic? And if so, what? So you're saying the plastic is too thin to heat up too much. So have you been able to figure out like what amount of heat can it take? Hey, Chris, I'll bring you on right now. If you want to come on live with me, I'll put you on here. And give you a little we'll give you a test run before Friday. See, it'll be your what do you call it when your audition? Your audition for being live on Friday. I'm being silly. Of course, you wouldn't have to audition, but so very low heat. That Jason. So my understanding with that stuff, and the direction is you have to keep it at a boil for the color to stick. All right, so Chris, send me a message on Facebook with your email address, and then I will send you an invite. Jason, why don't you put your a direct link to your Instagram so people, or your Facebook, whichever one you prefer. Probably Instagram, since you're showing pictures there now. Drop it in the chat so people know who I'm talking to. As soon as they see your work, they're gonna go eep. You don't think it will work on Omega Red? Yeah, I should. Since I said that, I better check Facebook. Hey, this is Batching It with Brock. I have figures here to talk about, but I'm not multitasking very well. All right, here we go. I think. All right, Chris, I just got your message. That's a long email. I'm not going to tell people what it is. I like it, but it's really long. All right, I'm sending you. Do you have? Hold on. Maybe I don't have to do it this way. Hold on. All right, Chris, I just sent you an invite. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, Prime Artist, do you talk to your figures? Who are you talking? Are you talking about me? So Jason thinks I may need to totally disassemble the figure. I think the musket, but man, I think Ace has been able to do a complete dye job on a couple of his figures. I think it just messed up that that butterfly part, but everything else, like the abs, everything else worked. And I'm still waiting for the Bird of Bloodhaven to join us. Oh, gotcha, Prime. Understood. Especially when my attention is divided, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Still waiting for the Bird of Bloodhaven. T-Man says he failed his audition. Has anybody repainted this guy yet? Just out of curiosity, I really like how he looks, and I don't know why I passed on him. I think it was just he's simple looking, but the more I looked at the figure, and I don't know what happened. I don't think I've seen somebody use a custom. I think I've seen people use this, and maybe Justin, you may have used this part as some sort of exhaust. I haven't seen it used in a weapon, but I don't know why. I all of a sudden I just wanted to pick him up, and I think I picked him up for like 25 bucks, or did I trade for him? I don't remember. Oh, well, I said because I sent it to your email. Let me hold on. I'll send it to Google Hangouts. So Google Hangouts. Let me see if I remember how this goes. Oh, that's not it. Not screen share, not chat. It should be up here. Invite people. Here we go. All right. All right. I'm going to send it to Google Hangouts. And of course, I should have actually added your email. I sent it to your email, though. All right. Let me see. There you go. Because it's Batman. I just saw it. Wait. So I just sent you an invite. I just send you an invite. You have to accept it so I can chat with you. And then once we're in the chat, I'll be able to send you the direct link, and then you can join the live stream. Hey, so I was just talking about you and dying figures. So, oh, there you go. Okay, so Chris, there you are. Let me send you the link. All right, I'm planning on bringing on Chris Ryan on here. There you go. So I just sent him the invite, so he should be able to click that, and then we'll be able to move on. I just sent him the link, so hopefully. Oh, there he is.
Hello,
Chris Ryan. Welcome to the live stream.
Hey, how are y'all?
What's up, dude?
I've never live streamed before. I haven't really done YouTube videos since about 2017. So
very good. Hold on a
yeah.
second. I think I probably should have. I think I'm going to need to put on my headphones.
Oh, okay.
Hold up, player. So hold the phone sideways.
Oh,
then there you go. Now you're filling the screen.
Sorry, I'm covering it up.
We're going to do an impromptu collector spotlight right here.
Oh, well.
I don't know if you've ever seen me do one of those.
Yeah, I've watched most of them. I think Oh, when was the last one you did? It was with some guy. It was just when the Thing action figure was coming out, right?
There we go. I'm sorry, I missed everything you said.
Oh, that's fine. The last collector spotlight you did, wasn't it whenever the Thing figure came out? I can't remember who it was with. But,
Oh no, you know what's with the Ace? it wasn't really much of it. It was just showcasing that wave. It was this wave right here, the Kingpin wave.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I might have missed that one, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to do live streams. Sometimes.
Yeah, tell me about it. Because
Um,
every time I put in these headphones, and some of you maybe can help me figure it out. Ace, I know you know a lot about electronics. I can hear I hear my voice, so it's very distracting when I'm talking. Maybe if I
yeah.
can you hear my, well, you're only
Oh,
hearing one voice. I'm just
I
hearing
can
here.
I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So collector spotlight.
Yeah, collector spotlight. So let's find out the James Do connection. All right. So
Okay.
how did you become James's hammer during his
Okay.
live stream?
Well, back in 2016, it was like it was around the I hate to bring it up, but around the time Glenn passed away.
Okay.
I hate to bring that up, but like and so I watched that. I think that was his first video I watched was whenever he made that, and I just kind of like watched more of his videos, and I commented on a lot of them and stuff, and eventually I followed him on Instagram and stuff, and I guess we just kind of built up from there. Do trust me with the chat and stuff, so me and him like see a lot of. We don't like swearing and stuff a lot, so
That's
yeah,
good. Yeah, me neither. I try
yeah,
to keep
yeah.
well, I'm
That's
not
good.
perfect, but I do try to
No one
keep
is.
myself very edited because I I'm accountable to God. So that's
Yeah,
who I concern myself with.
I agree completely with that. But yeah, so that's pretty much how that happened.
So I take it you're a collector, but hold on, before I ask that question, somebody's saying, "Oh, this guy's got beats." Well, somebody gave me these. I did
Mm,
not purchase them.
those
By
are
the
pretty
way,
cool.
is
Oh,
there a way I can not hear myself? Because I'm using this.
I'm not really sure,
Does anybody know?
honestly. Sorry.
Does anybody
Uh,
in the chat know how to turn my voice down?
uh, I can't hear you now. Okay, now I can.
T-Man's getting edited right now by
Okay.
YouTube. You just got stopped, T-Man. You can't handle that. All right. So what are the types of figures that you collect?
I collect Marvel Legends and like DC Multiverse and stuff. Oh, sorry, that was a bad angle for me. But yeah, I got like some of my DC Multiverse figures up there. That's not all of them. They kind of fell down.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got my X-Men figures right here. Yeah. I guess they're kind of hard to see, but yeah, I collect mostly that stuff. Um, Everything's kind of unorganized right now. I got the NECA Ninja Turtles too.
All I
So,
saw was up your nose on that
oh,
shot.
I'm sorry, sorry.
You'll
How's
watch
that?
it in the replay.
Huh?
I almost saw your brain. You seem like a very intelligent young man.
Oh, thank
Big
you, thank
brains.
you.
Big brains I saw right up that nose.
Yeah. Do you see them now though?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And then yeah. If you want to talk about brains, I know you don't like the Ninja Turtles, but there's one. What kind of? He
Well,
looks like
I
me.
bet you 95% of the people in the live chat right now like Ninja Turtles, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. You're always like in the the This Week in Customs figures. You're like you know, you don't watch Ninja Turtles or you were never like that, but like 90% of the people
Right.
do.
Yeah, I was an older kid by that time, by the time the Ninja Turtles, so I never really got into it. Did you watch the last This Week in Customs?
I think so. Yeah.
Do you remember which figure did you vote?
Oh, I can't remember which one I voted for. I'm pretty sure I voted though, but
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
hmm?
There's somebody in the chat right now whose figure's up for a vote, and he's winning it.
Oh, really? Oh, let me get my iPad and look at it. Is
Let's
it
see.
on like
Well, you can just go to my page and you can see the vote. I can bring it up here actually.
Oh,
I can
okay.
bring it up. Let me see if I can bring my YouTube up. It'll be kind of like Inception.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can share. Let me get to it first.
Here.
I'll give you a hint. It's Justin Marcos. He's in the
Justin
chat right now.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Mark I Lab Creations?
I'm not sure. I don't follow too many customizers. I do watch
Mhm.
your videos though for customizers. I follow a few of them on Instagram. I can't. I'm really bad with names though. So
Understood. Me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Hold on. Let me bring up the screen share. Tell me when you see this.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Um.
So we have a Red Sonja.
Oh yeah, the Hulk figure. I remember that. That looked
Yeah.
really good. That looked really good.
Maybe we should go see the Hulk figure. Hold on. Let's go to Instagram. Let's see these last. No, not now. Let's go here. Oh, no. Didn't want to go that. Didn't want to do that. Hold on. The problem is I don't know how to navigate from the computer. How do I navigate from here? Where am I saved?
I'm not sure. I usually just use Instagram
Here
on
we
a
go.
iPad or iPhone.
Okay, everybody in the chat, I need you guys to shut your eyes because I don't want to see what I've picked so far. No, don't look, don't look. All right.
Hashtag in-game spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the Red Sonja that's up
Yeah.
for vote. This random, all these customs are pretty interesting. So since Justin's in the chat, let's play. Can you see the video?
Yeah. Yeah, I got the video on.
No, I'm sorry. Do you see the Hulk video as it moves?
Yeah, the Hulk. That's from the Immortal Hulk, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys are seeing Justin's custom right here. I think what's impressive about this custom is all the different parts.
Yeah,
That's the standout for me.
I mean, it looks fantastic. Like, it looks like it just jumped off the comic panels from the book. Like, I
Did you
really
read
like
it?
Oh, I've seen pictures of it, but I haven't read it. It's on my list to read, but like my comic book pull list is it's getting a bit too big. And I'm just fresh out of high school, so I'm trying
Gotcha.
to find a job. So
Understood.
I'll eventually get to it. But yeah, I've seen like videos on it and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, the guys in the chat cheated.
Oh.
So it looks like that one's gonna win the fan vote for this week. What I've been thinking, what do you think about this idea? What I had in mind was kind of like a tournament of all these winners from all the months or the weeks, I should say. And I was gonna do it quarterly, but YouTube only allows me to do a like 5-figure poll. That's the most that I can put up on there.
I guess I don't know. Yeah, that sounds good to me. The 5-figure pool though, maybe just do like March Madness type thing, you know?
Like a round robin, like
Yeah.
have them face each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Just have them face each other. That might work. I guess it would be kind of hard though. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I was trying to get creative, but my mind wasn't allowing me, or the availability of tools is now allowing what my mind was thinking. I wasn't even thinking of having a Brocky award at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I have a question for you. Like,
go for it.
What made you like want to start customizing? I mean, like,
that's an excellent question. And what made me start? Well, I started collecting Transformers.
Yeah.
And the Transformers that I was collecting at the time were the cheap ones. And if you want to know what I mean by cheap ones, just go to T-Man 978's YouTube channel, and that's what he reviews. He reviews those really cheapy Transformers. The ones
you get from Big Lots, right?
Well, no, not that bad. Not that bad. The common ones that you pick up at like a Target. I forget.
Yeah.
I think it's called Siege. They actually look a little bit better now, but I was collecting like Combiner War figures, and even before that, it's a line called, or not a line, but a specific type of transformer they would call Chugs.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom is a bit of an artist, like a self-taught, but I mean, she's truly an artist. And then I would ask her to soup up my transformer.
Well.
And she wanted to use the cheap paints.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want her to use the cheap paints because I did research, and I started learning about Vallejo paints and Citadel paints and all those things. Well, she refused to use them because they were too hard, and because the whole point of painting something well on this medium is to do it in thin layers. She didn't want to spend time because she wasn't really committed. She's just whatever. She's just doing me a solid, and so she would paint, and her brush strokes you couldn't even see them with a thicker paint because she has a good hand, but the paint was cheap, and I would buy her the paints I wanted to use, and she didn't like using them. So one day I told her, hey, can you teach me how to dry brush? So she taught me the concept of dry brush.
Yeah.
And so that was the beginning. But what really got me into doing some customs, a long time ago, I met the writer of Uncanny X-Men.
Oh, wow.
The writer of Uncanny X-Men actually put me in his comic. So I have a character. His name's not Brock. Brock is my internet name. But I have my given name in a comic a long time ago. So I have a character who's actually still alive in Earth 616.
That's awesome. Was the writer Chris Claremont or like?
No, Steven Siegel.
Steven Siegel. I haven't heard of him.
The artist.
That's cool.
The artist you'll hear I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce it right. It's Bachalo.
Bachalo. Yeah,
he just penciled some of the Amazing Spider-Man recently.
Oh yeah, him. Oh yeah, he's this guy, right? He did that, right?
I don't know. Hold on a second.
Let me look it up. Oh no, not him.
I appreciate that, George.
Sorry.
No, keep going.
What you're talking about? He did Amazing Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure.
Because I have a family and I just don't want this, the YouTube thing. There's crazy people, so that's why I use Brock. But anyway,
no, that's understandable completely.
So this guy, I have a character. So I have an Uncanny. It appeared in Uncanny X-Men, and I have a character. But anyway,
that's awesome.
I wanted a figure of myself, of that character. Yeah. So I started contacting some customizers, and at that time, I didn't really understand what it took to make a custom figure. So the prices that were coming back at me, I was like, heck to the no. I'm not going to pay that amount.
That's crazy. I was.
Because I didn't understand the sculpting involved, the painting involved, the cloth goods, the skill level. I had no understanding. So I started dabbling here and there, repainting figures with the intent of gaining the skill to be able to finish this figure. So, fast forward a few years, I have the skill now. As a matter of fact, Harker Customs, I'm not sure if he's still in here anymore, but he actually did the cloth goods for me. Mm-hmm. And so that's a figure that I'm working on.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's how I got into customizing.
I keep covering that up. Sorry. Shoot. I used to try customizing when I was real little. Not real little, about 13, I guess. I didn't know anything about the paints you use, so I used enamel paints.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of sticky figures now. So that's my customizing story.
Well, let me see. Symbiote Seeker's not on here, but I know he's used enamel paints, and the whole thing with enamel paints, you just have to let them dry, and they take a longer time to dry.
Yeah.
And I think also the curing process, because that's different, right? The drying and the paint curing, it's almost like a chemical reaction that the paint has. and I don't
Yeah.
understand it fully. You know who does? I know for a fact Justin does because I've heard him talk about it when
Oh.
he was interviewed on Instagram by some lady. And so that curing process, if you're mixing the medium, if you're mixing, like for example, if you lay down a base layer or a primer that doesn't react well with this enamel paint, that
Mhm.
enamel paint is never going to cure, and that's
Yeah.
where you're going to get that sticky feeling.
Yeah.
Which I think, I don't know if you saw, but I had done a couple of repaints where I used the Molotov chrome,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, I
I
remember
had
that.
a terrible, terrible time with Molotov. But I
Mhm.
think it's because it's not an acrylic paint. It's a different type of paint. I don't know if it's enamel. I don't know if it's something else. But I think it never truly cured, and that's the deal that I was having with it.
Yeah, you did that on like Silver Surfer, right? I,
Exactly. Yeah, I
yeah, I
did it on
remember
the
that.
Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's take a look at some of these comments.
Oh,
Looks like
okay.
somebody's making fun of me. Chinchilla? Are you saying I have a large chin? I do. When I used to be thinner, you could really see it. Well, let me ask the chat really quick. Now that you've seen the Bird of Bloodhaven, by the way, where's that name from?
Oh, well, I made my channel around 2016 when Batman v Superman was a thing. So in that movie, like the movie's not that good, but I liked it at the time. Um, in that movie, Batman was called the Bat of Gotham, and at the time,
Oh,
Nightwing was my favorite character, and
yes.
his city's Bloodhaven, and birds and stuff. So I just took that and changed it to the Bird of Bloodhaven. So it just kind of stuck. For
So
a
do you
while,
prefer, it looks like you have a lot of DC stuff behind you. Do you prefer DC to Marvel?
it just depends, honestly. Like right now in the comic books, I probably prefer Marvel,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, Wally West, he's my favorite character, so I got that poster of him. So,
Nice.
but DC is not doing too good with him right now, so I don't want to spoil any of the new books, but I wasn't a fan of what they did. So,
No.
yeah,
Yeah, I was reading the Flash comic and I got bored with the Flash comic, to be honest.
that's how I was too. Like,
I used to love Nightwing. I
mhm.
can't remember who was the one that was writing it at the time, but
Tim Seeley wrote it at the beginning of Rebirth, and I think Benjamin Piercy maybe wrote it towards the.
oh, so
Uh,
you're a big time comic nerd, huh?
yeah, I'm pretty good at remembering their names, I
Nice.
guess. But yeah, I've been reading them for a long time. I've been collecting for a long time too. I got into it when I was like really little, like, and I just kind of never stopped. So
So there's a question in the comics for you.
um,
What's that Flash's name again?
Wally West, he's the third Flash. It was Kid Flash originally, but he once Barry Allen died in Heroes or in Crisis on Infinite Earths, he became the Flash. So
Who's the fastest Flash?
uh Wally West, I think that was confirmed in DC Nation #1 from 2015 20
Hold on a
sorry.
second. I think Chris just went like this. He went, and then he went, bah, he just spit it out like Rain Man.
I'm
That's
sorry.
impressive.
Um I think I can pull it up on my phone actually. They have like or on my iPad. They have like a chart of
Oh, they do.
of all the fastest characters in the DC universe.
So
So
they're confirming. They're saying Wally West.
mhm. And then Barry Allen's after him, and then can't remember. Let me pull it up.
Okay, as you're doing that, let me hit up the chat a little bit and interact with them. Sacred Sensui asked me if I do ACBA. I think I've only really done one ACBA shot, and it really wasn't a very good shot, even though Plastic Addict thought so. I did when I did the Spot Custom. I did an ACBA shot, and I actually put it in the ACBA website. But I mean, excuse me, on the Facebook page. But in comparison to what those guys are doing, there's a guy that I use his backgrounds every time, and of course, I'm gonna forget his name. But if I showed you, what's his name? Oh my gosh,
Oh,
it's slipping me. George will
um,
know. George, who does this? Who's the one that did this? The phenomenal shot. I love it.
That's an awesome shot.
It is.
Yeah. I pulled it up.
Oh, who the fastest Flash is?
Yeah, it's not just Flashes. They have like Wonder Woman, Cheetah, and stuff. And this was done before Bart Allen returned, so he's not in it. But I'm sure he would be up there.
True. Let me just get the. So this is Simon. That's that changed. That was weird. Let's try that again. Simon did this shot. I'm forgetting his last name, but I remember his first name is Simon. Amazing ACBA artist. So no, I don't really do ACBA. George does. He's in the chat.
That's cool.
Somebody asked, who is this that I'm interviewing? Okay, so the reason I'm interviewing the Bird of Bloodhaven here is because we're talking about Dog reviews when he goes live. The Bird of Bloodhaven here, Christopher Ryan, he does his moderate. He's a moderator on his channel, and because James likes to keep things PG, just like I do. There's some people obviously that he prefers not to have language in the comments, so he gives them a warning. But I think it's good to put a face behind him because a lot of people don't understand. You're a young person. You're a young person. You're just doing something that you've been tasked to do, and you're doing it well because you moderate his comments pretty well. And now people have a face to the Bird of Bloodhaven, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Simon Hill, that's who it is. Simon Hill. I can't believe I forgot his name, his full name. The amazing ACB artist. I probably for the last 2 years, he doesn't know this, but I've been using his pictures for my iPad backdrop. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that Spider-Man picture looked really good. I really want to get the Mafex Spider-Man figure. Because like after Wally, Spider-Man's like my favorite. So yeah, it looked amazing. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Nice.
Yeah.
So let's end with you here, and then I'll get back to the chat. That way, I think for me, you'd be a great guest. You're already way more knowledgeable on all these things than I am. I'll tell you that much. Maybe I know how to do a little bit of more customizing than you do, but as far as where the characters come from, the storylines and stuff, I will bow to your knowledge. I don't have it.
Yeah, well, I just read a lot, so
yeah, me too. I'm there with you. When I read, I don't retain. I have trouble retaining the storylines. But before you go, could you give me or give us that are watching here your top 3 figures, that you've acquired this year?
Okay. Yeah, let me go get them. Probably do they have to be in order or
no?
Okay.
Just give us 3 of your so far this year.
Definitely
let me bring you up. Nice.
Definitely this beast. And
let's see that pose you had him in. Hold on a second. Let's see that pose.
Here.
Let's see. Nice.
Can you see him?
No, wait. Yeah. There you go. Now I can see him. Nice.
Okay. My shelves are really unorganized right now. But
at least you have shelves.
Yeah. Well, I just got them over spring break. Probably.
You know who has amazing displays? Is Jason still in here? He was in here. He does. His displays are off the hook.
Yeah. I'm trying, but a lot of them are just unorganized.
It looks like you know how to pose the figures. All right, so Beast, and then who's this? Raphael?
Leonardo. Yeah, I'm just gonna say all the Ninja Turtles because they're all pretty much the same, but they all look awesome.
Nice.
So,
hold on, the chat's talking to you, and I know you can't see the comments, but I'll tell you what he says. So Justin Marcos, he's Markai Lab Creations. He says, "Nice to meet you, Banhammer of Bloodhaven."
Maybe I should change my name to that.
The Banhammer? Yeah, maybe for his live chats. Absolutely.
That would be funny.
What's up, Knowledge?
I'm trying to think of another one. I don't know where the Worthy Captain America is, but I really liked him. And
okay, well, here I can show him because I have him right here.
I really liked him. I switched the shield out with the first 10 years one though. So
See, I didn't pick that one up.
I
I
wasn't
really
either.
like
But
this figure.
I got like a really good deal at GameStop. They had them for like $20 each.
Nice.
I had a $25 coupon or gift card. Then they had like a $10 off. Oh no, wait, yeah, they had like a $10 off coupon for it.
Oh, good
And
deal.
so I ended up paying like $10 for Thor 2-pack and the
Wow.
Captain America one. So
Nice.
maybe this Darth Maul too. I really like him. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I think he's cool.
Yeah, it's a
So,
cool looking figure.
since I can't find Worthy Cap, I'll say him.
You can still say Worthy Cap.
Well, yeah.
We'll give you Worthy Cap. So, so hold on. The chat's talking to you.
Oh, here, I'll
Wait
pull it
a
up.
second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Plastic
mine.
Addict says, "Wait, those turtles came out last year, Mr. Banhammer."
The GameStop. I got them this year because of the GameStop exclusive. So, but
Bam! Take that, Plastic.
I don't. If I had to choose another one for this year, I haven't really been buying as many figures lately. So maybe the Professor X in his hover chair or Jubilee. Like that was oh sorry, there.
You're good.
He's pretty cool. Or like the Corvus Glaive 2-pack. Where is he?
Yeah, I never
Sorry.
picked that one up.
Yeah, I found it at Walmart. These guys are like really rare. I went up to my aunt's house and I stopped at a random Walmart and I just found it there. So
Cool.
yeah, but yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Bird of Bloodhaven, it was a pleasure having you
Thank
in
you.
the live stream.
It's a pleasure being on here.
And I like to say that you were on my channel live before you were in James's channel live, and I'm going to hold that over his head.
Well,
I can't believe he hasn't brought you live on yet.
Well, I mean, I think we were planning on something one time, but it didn't fall through. So,
Well, you know what? I just completed it for him.
yeah,
Nicely
thank
done.
you.
Good work. Nice to see you. And
It's nice to see you.
all right. Very good. Don't take this personal, but I'm about to eject you.
Yeah, that's fine. Bye.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Chris, for coming on the live show. And the live show, I haven't even planned it. It was all ad-lib stuff. Can somebody please help me? Maybe not for today. I haven't been able to figure out how not to hear myself in here. I want to be able to hear the speaker, but it's just absolutely atrocious to have a conversation. Now, obviously, I can't play it off the speakers. Maybe if I didn't use the mic, but then my voice wouldn't come out clear. So if you know how I've looked, I've researched, I've gone on YouTube, I've watched videos on how to set that up. I can't figure it out. So please help me if you know. Send me a message, some explanation. I was hoping the Ace, because he's a young person. Ace is a young person, and all the young people know how to do all this electronic stuff. And I guess that's what I get for making fun of my dad. Every time he would call me for all the electronic stuff, and I would give him a hard time. Now I'm the dummy that needs help. So please help me. Yeah, I was plugged in all the way. It's functioning correctly. It's just very hard. It's very difficult when you're hearing yourself talk. So it was hard for me to even, it made the multitasking part very difficult. Well, you can afford regular headphones. It works the same. If I put other headphones, I'm still hearing my voice. So it's some sort of setting I haven't hit. So don't forget, this Friday, we are getting together at Dewdog Reviews, his channel, and we're going to be talking about the top 5 figures of the year. Spoiler alert, this one may make my list so far. This worthy Captain America, and Captain America, I'll give you a disclaimer. Captain America is my favorite superhero. Absolutely, by far, he is my #1 favorite. I can't have enough Captain America figures. However, I haven't collected all the MCU Captain Americas. And by the way, Jason, I didn't forget. But you got to drop. Did you drop your Instagram on here? I want people to see some of your setups. They're pretty dynamite. And also your Jean Grey. Are you finished with that one yet? Because that was looking unbelievable. But anyways, so I don't collect all the Captain Americas, but when I saw this figure at the Walmart, I was on vacation with my wife this past week, and I saw the figure, and I just had to have it. It is a fantastic looking figure. The proportions on them are great. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I broke this ankle. There's something interesting. Something's going on with the tolerances. It's not just that one figure I broke. This is the second figure that I had available because I had initially picked it up for, well, we won't get into that. But this one's also was stuck. I put the heat on it, and it's still, so I was able to manipulate it when it was heated, but it's still having issues. It's really tight. Brock's flexing so hard. Next time stream, they'll have earpods. Nice. So the Beats headphone has a built-in microphone, so I don't have to use this, is what you're saying. However, but these, you can't beat the sound quality in these blue whatever's Yetis, the blue Yetis. And I spend money on this, so I want to be able to use it. I just got to figure out how to get the sound when people are talking to me and not hear my own voice. Yeah, spoiler alert. This came, the Mjolnir, I don't know how to pronounce it. That came in. It was actually a surprise. So too late. Spoiler alert. He did come with it. The only thing about this whole figure that I'm not loving terribly is the what they did with the weathering that they did on the shield. But the shield's pretty cool. I don't know. Like what I prefer to do on Captain America's is to put a magnet in his forearm and a magnet on the shield and have it attached that way. That way you can have a magnet back here too. And because I think the way he's wearing the shield there, it covers too much of his arm. I don't know. But as far as just a great looking figure, see, like it's really tight. Right now I can force this. I'm going to break another one. So there's some sort of tolerance problems with this Captain America. So be careful. Demonic Poo-Poo is in the house. Grease is in the house. His custom won the previous This Week in Customs episode, I believe, right? I believe you won it. Mjolnir? Is that right? Or Mjolnir? That's how I think it. But I think in Mjolnir. I got it. Mjolnir. It's done. All right, I've already talked about this figure. I don't know why. Oh, I'll tell you why. So I wasn't initially going to collect this figure, but I had a bunch of his parts already. And Jason's in here, and he doesn't know this story, but he did a beast. This is before this beast came out. He's had a beast that he did. And I looked at his beast and I thought it was amazing. I liked the face on his beast, and I'm pretty sure that he had used that. Am I right? Now I'm screaming because I got excited. I believe that he used this head on the beast. So I had intended to do the old Kit Bash with the Toy Biz Sasquatch and the Toy Biz Beast. And I was going to do what he did with the head, but then this new beast came out, and then there were my plans of customizing it because I thought that beast is a phenomenal accomplishment for Hasbro, the way that they're doing that articulation. And Jim Lee can't be, in my opinion, you can't beat Jim Lee. So I scrapped the plans. So that's why I had this head, and then I had his torso, and I had a couple of the arms. So now I'm missing the left leg. But as with all things, I'm not satisfied with the look of the figure, with the articulation of the figure. Obviously, it's got these, the old the old school ball jointed hips. I don't want the ball jointed hips anymore. So in a future, I would like to change this part and update the hips. This doesn't need to be updated. But another thing that I hate on these figures, this type of neck. So I would want to change the neck to a hinge joint. So then I would have to resculpt all this. But anyways, yeah, he's saying resculpted and mainly used it for the mouth. Yeah, and I love figures that have expression. And he definitely has the expression here. That's why the bullseye head that recently came out, or within the last year or so, came out as one of my favorite heads to use. Is one of my just the best looking heads because it's got a lot of expression. Recently saw Craig Warwick. Here's how different customizers. Obviously, this is the line that I prefer to collect. Marvel Legends is the line I prefer to collect. And when I see some people do customs, I get inspired by them. I go, man, that looks good. I want to try to do a similar or same thing, because eventually what my hope is to have a basement fully finished so I can set up my different displays similar to what Jason's done, just beautiful looking teams. He does them in cubes, but I want to set up like war scenes or whatever, right? So I have these visions when people do these customs. So I envision myself doing it and putting them in however I want to put them. That's how my mind works. So I saw Craig Warwick did the what's that pink? The she's a thunderbird, not snowbird, not pink bird, songbird, and he did a simple mod to the mouth. The expression of that figure is just very vanilla. So he just made some cuts and resculpted her to look like she's yelling, and it looked awesome. And I think he also reshaped the effect. So I see stuff like that. I see that that beast that Jason did, stuff that Justin's made, stuff that Mike De La Paz makes, Chris Serta makes, all these customizers, Super Tom Custom, everybody, all the people, Craig, if you guys were to see the amount of works in progress shots that I have, I literally have tubs of figures that I've kit bashed. A lot of them have been kit bashed that I just haven't finished yet. And I guess that's part of the problem that I have in my collecting, is that I get inspired by all these true artists that do phenomenal work. And I'm like going, man, if I can even get a little bit close to what they're done, I'm going to have a beautiful looking figure and display and all this stuff. But c'est la vie, I live in a small house, so that'll have to wait. Yeah, Weapon Omega, Demonic Pooh. He tremendous job with that Weapon Omega. What's up, Eddie? Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. By the way, I don't know if you guys have been noticing that I can't figure YouTube out. Listen, this right here, I know it's not going to get viewed by a lot. I do appreciate you guys hanging out. This is like a hangout session. I wish we could all be in a room together and we're all talking. That's what I've always talked about, this medium. That's why I would do the collector spotlights, and because I like people. I do most of the time, right? There's some dummies out there. But part of the collecting community that we miss, I think that we're missing, is the actual human contact. That's why with these guys will do collaborations, and they'll go to, for example, out here in California, in my area, they'll go to Frankenson, and they'll do a collab, and it's really fun when you get to know other people that have similar interests as you do. And I feel like that's an aspect of that, what I try to do here. But it's even here, I really would prefer to be seeing you guys face to face and having chats about our stupid nerd stuff, right? Where was I going with that? I completely lost where I was going with that because I'm an old man and I tangent and I can't bring it back. Oh, so I know this is not going to seem, so the This Week in Customs videos, I didn't know how they were going to do. And initially it got a few thousand views, and then one of them really jumped they started getting more popular, and that one video got like 30,000 views, which is, it's not only good for me, right? Obviously, it helps my YouTube channel to get more attention, but it really helps the artists that are being showcased, because obviously I'm putting up their Instagrams, and it's helped, I think, the artists that are being featured on there. But it's taken a dip, right? So I went to 30,000, and I know that's kind of like an outlier. Oh wow! And then the next one was like it peaked at like 10,000, and now it's going down, all the way down. It went to 8, then 6, and now last week's is not at 5,000 yet, but it was performing better than the previous one. And I just really don't understand. I'm trying to bring it up here, and maybe you smart folks can tell me what. I'm not obviously I do this on the side, for fun, as a hobby, but I like to do things excellently if there's something that I can change to make it better. Let me bring up my channel so you guys can see what I'm seeing here. Let me cast this. So let's look at my videos. Where did I go to see my videos? Your channel. Videos, here we go. So this one right here, the last one, episode 26, is at 4,700 views. So we may make 5,000 views. The previous week is almost at 5,000 views, but it's like it starts off really good, like the first couple days, a couple thousand. But if you compare it to the previous episode, you see how that one jumped to, that one was at 5,700. This one right here with the Hydra Cap, 6,400. The previous one before that, 6,400. The previous one before that, 6,400. As you see, it's gone down. Now it's 5s, and now it's in the 4s. Previous ones from that, look at that, 9,000 with the Sandman, 10,000 with the Captain America. And then the previous ones, let me see some of the previous ones right here, were like at 5,000. So you saw it, like it peaked, and now we're going down on the valley. And I don't know what I should do different, if I should do anything different at all. Hey, Toy Box Customs, what is up? I actually mentioned you earlier because am I done screen sharing here? No, I forgot to do that. I actually talked about this figure, and that you made a Nova when he was in the Nova Corps. You got ahead, and that you're selling it on your Instagram page to check you out if you were interested. So let me see what people are saying. Let me go back up. What's your finger about it? Oh, Justin says he has a beast using the Titus head. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that one. Let me see. Yeah, I see what George. I'm going back into some of these comments. What George is saying. Big therapy. Leon, what's up, Leon? I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Did you see Punisher Throne? I don't think I saw the Punisher Throne. Jason, me plan a meet and greet. You know what? I think the best thing for those meet and greets at Frankenson, it comes from the groups, and the syndicate. I think has been the best one at making stuff like that happen. There's people that branched out from the syndicate, but anyway. So Prime Artist says, yeah, views and likes are weird. My toy photography on Instagram page has 170 followers and I average about 40 to 50 likes. That Instagram is also an enigma. I don't understand the social media well. I haven't researched it well enough. I'm not smart enough to do that. What's up, Serena? Fat Thor? I am Fat Thor. Dad bod. So I don't know what to do because I really want to make that. I really like the concept of This Week in Customs, and it probably will have, it has a plateau. Maybe, you know, there's only a certain amount of people that are into the stuff that we're into. Like if you like that show, I'm still getting, you know, a pretty significant amount of minutes viewed, but the view count has lowered. So that means the exposure to those artists has significantly decreased. And I don't know, anybody have suggestions, since we're having a chat here. What time is it, by the way? It's 9:15 my time. Let me see. So watch minutes, we have 46,000 watch minutes for the last episode, which is already ahead of the previous one by like 7,000 minutes. So that's good sign that one episode did better. But in compared to some of these other ones, we're running behind. And I feel like maybe it's something that I've done that maybe I can do different that may help. So suggestions. What are some things that you would like to see This Week in Customs do that I haven't been doing? And as you guys start suggesting, Skibito Gaming says, would I do any trades for a pit bath? It would be great to own a pit, but are you saying that you want to trade me a pit bath? We would have to do that one in person, dude. That's some serious stuff. You guys gotten this figure? I'm not into the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but I saw a customizer repaint this and it looked awesome. Yeah, so Really Gamey says, is it possible to do a spotlight on the winner where you interview them or have them on the show talking about figures and customizing? I would love to do that. Matter of fact, I've talked to some of the customizers on here already. That's something I wanted to do. And actually, my wife suggested that. Not only, I was just going to start interviewing, doing the interviews that I did with like collectors, do them with this. The problem, it's not really a problem. It's just a matter of time. Like right now, my family isn't here. If my family was here right now, I wouldn't be online. I just wouldn't be. Maybe, especially now that they're out of school. When they were in school, you know, maybe it would be okay because they were doing school stuff anyway. So I try not to do too much stuff during the week on here, because it does take, as you see, it's taken a lot. I don't know how long I've been on, but I've been on for with you guys for quite a while. I love doing it. Don't get me wrong. And I love interviewing people, but it takes a lot of time. It takes planning, and it takes time preparing for the interviews, because I guess I can just go in willy-nilly, but I usually had a set of questions that I would ask. I try to make it interesting for not only the person that's being interviewed, but also for the people watching it. My channel was a lot smaller when I did those. I don't know how successful they would do now, but it's a matter of time. So I do a lot of things, right? First of all, I'm a family man. Family comes first. My hobby is fun and all that stuff, but my hobby wouldn't be fun if it screwed my family up. You know what I'm saying? So, and matter of fact, I wonder if they'd be. My wife is watching. Honey, I love you if you're watching. I really do. Miss you already. So it takes a lot of time. This Week in Customs, on breaks and stuff at work, I'll look through my Instagram. I'm looking at customs. I enjoy doing that. That's essentially why I have an Instagram, because I'm looking at customs for another reason. And I can, sort them. Then on Fridays, when I put the show together, you guys probably don't know this, but I'll sit down and I start sorting them in an order that I like, that I feel like I can talk about, because I don't like to plan what I say, which is why I sometimes become repetitive, or sometimes I lack for words. English isn't my first language, so sometimes, I can't think of the English word that I know. Okay. And it's very difficult. So I spend a bit of time doing that, and then uploading it, and then, doing the edits, I should say, then uploading minor edits. So it's actually a program that I can get together in a relatively small amount of time, a few hours, right? Whereas when I was doing toy hunts and all these other stuff, I'm spending like 6, 7, 8 hours on these things. So it just wasn't practical because this is not what I'm doing for business. It's a hobby and I enjoyed it. So all that to say is I would love to interview these people, but it's a matter of time that with all the stuff that I do the YouTube thing. Sometimes I read comic, but I do a little bit of nerd stuff here. And then first and foremost, being a family man, I mean, we're involved in church, et cetera, like that. So it makes it difficult. So, and then to make something like that be successful, I would have to be doing that on a regular basis. But I'm not saying no, because I do want to do that. I'm going to be having surgery on my shoulder probably here pretty soon. I tore my shoulder last year with my knee. I've been breaking down. So once I'm going to be off. So I'll probably have more opportunities. So I may be able to do more of that when I'm off of work during that time. But okay, that was a long answer, wasn't it? Let me go back and see what you guys are doing. Asking, okay. Have them on the show talking about figs. Effects on the figs, Brock. Effects on the figs, like how to do them, you mean, or just describe them, Nightwalker? Knowledge Art says he has a few things working on right now. Go check him out. See what he's got. Oh, let's see what Toy Box Customs hit in your comment. When you announce it on Instagram, hashtag, okay. Yeah, maybe I need to hashtag even more. I need to pay. I'll pay more attention to those hashtags. And you know how you guys can help me? If you guys, especially if you're artists or a fan of the show, if I have a hashtag you think I should put on when I list it, help hook a brother up. Hashtag for me in the comment. Because I think that works too, doesn't it? Michael Green says, I think Trump is a Jesus. Okay. So Skibito likes the idea of interviewing. Serena brings up the Mark 85 again. Send me a link to what, or a picture of that. If you have my Facebook, or send it to me on Instagram. I'll be able to see it on Instagram. Michael Green is really stuck on this Trump figure. I do not have a Trump figure, but there are custom heads out there. And I do have an extra suit body, and actually a larger Trump head may look good on that, but I don't think I'd see him in a 3-piece suit. I haven't seen him wear a 3-piece suit. So I don't have a Trump figure, Michael. Okay. I can't tell if you're trolling. I'll keep reading your comments. Make a Shaun of the Dead custom. Nightwalker, I'm not a fan of the Shaun of the Dead. Jason Silva says, for Instagram, post early so you can get more views. Also, like all the comments and shout out from bigger accounts definitely help. Yeah, I don't know. There's some customizers that have a bigger following than me that I featured. And one of the things that I'm doing with This Week in Customs, because I don't want to run into the problem with the customizers themselves, I am going to most likely, if I featured you on the show before as a customizer, I usually will send people a little message. Hey, especially if they're a new customizer that I haven't shown. Hey, your custom has been featured on This Week in Customs. If you want your future customs featured on the show, hashtag This Week in Customs. Because I have had a customizer pretty much, discuss with me that they didn't want to be featured on their customs on the show for understandable reasons. I'm good with it. So to prevent that in the future, I'm just having folks that do want to be a part of the show hashtag their customs This Week in Customs. So the bigger channels, if if they have more follow, I guess a bigger channel or a bigger Instagram than me, if they want to be featured on the show or if they want to mention my show, that's up to them. I'm not going to solicit them for it. That's not me. If they feel like it's good to throw my name out, cool. Or if I end up meeting them and they think it's cool and they want to shout me out, fantastic. I'm good with collaborating like that. Michael Villarreal, who's also been a customizer that's been featured, says, maybe have them chime in with you when you're doing the next episode to comment on the figures you feature. So one of my early ideas was one of these customizers that, for example, will win the fan vote, that I would go back, and I still want to do it. There's going to be different variations, but I wanted to bring them on, and I would pick 5 of my favorite customs that they've done, and we would discuss them if they would be willing to do that. And that way people would also get to know them and, their motivations behind their art and stuff like that people find interesting. The other thought that I've had about doing, I don't know if you guys think it's a good idea, but so we've had winners. Obviously, I started doing this fan vote. I don't know how many episodes I was in when I had the idea to do that, or the ability to do it on YouTube when I figured it out. But I want to feature those winners and kind of put them up against each other, almost like to see which is the custom that people preferred out of all the customs I featured. But YouTube limits the poll, so it limits the way I can go about it. So I just have to think of a good way to make it fair and accurate, right? Because let's say, Justin looks like he's going to win this one, and then I were to put him up against somebody else that maybe was featured a farther down the line, it wouldn't necessarily get the same amount of attention. He would have a more of an advantage to get more attention than the other one, because the other one was featured a while ago. So what I want to do is like revisit their customs in a show and then put up, it would be awesome to be featured all these like 30 winners, right? 30 winners. And I would make it the show all about the winners of the weeks, and then have a vote, but I can only do 5. So I haven't been able to figure that out. Maybe there's another website that I can use to somehow connect it. But I like the idea, Michael. Where are we at? See his commitment, religious attitude. Okay, can't tell. I still can't tell if it's trolling or not. Maybe do a best of show, put weekly winners for. Okay, yes. So Prime Artist, I love that idea. Again, I'm running into the. I would have to do just 5, and maybe I could do it like a bracket thing. So maybe that's something that I'll do. I'll do 5 at a time, and then have winners out of those 5s, and then eventually, bring it down to 1. Do it like like the basketball, the college basketball games. In my opinion, what is the worst figure ever? That's hard to say. In Marvel Legends, there have been quite a bit of duds. There have also been quite amazing figures. I think one of the recent duds that they've put out is that 6-armed Spider-Man. I don't know too many people that were happy about that one. Nightwalker, there are Stan Lee head sculpts available. Matter of fact, I got one from Veilspark on eBay. Grandmaster Popo, what is up? Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope the surgery goes well too, because this is the arm I used to. I'm right-handed, at least in this. Eddie Mendez says, I know you want to show off as many custom artists as possible. What about cutting down the time on the videos a little bit? I don't mind long videos, but I know some people don't watch long videos. Very true. I had the same thought, Eddie. I had the same thought. And then I did a poll on my channel. But maybe I need to do another one now that This Week in Customs has more. And I'd have to go look back at the results of that poll, But I do remember that they didn't mind the longer and longer episodes. But I know it could be difficult to just sit and listen to somebody for that amount of time. When I look at my analytics, I have the people that watch my stuff the most are millennials, and I think after millennials is the Z group. I think that's what it is, and those groups as a whole tend to have shorter attention spans, I think. However, but it's visual stuff that I'm showing them, and they tend to be more visually oriented, whereas old people, even though I'm a visually oriented person, I prefer videos than to reading something on the page, or seeing something on the page. So I may have to revisit that poll because maybe the time has been long. I've had people tell me the longer the better, and very few people said shorter time in that poll. So the videos tend to be anywhere from 19 to 30 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes. The longest one was a little bit on the ridiculous side. It was 38 minutes. My throat was killing me by the time I was done filming that. I've been on for a long time, even tonight. But Eddie, I think now that you've mentioned it, I think maybe I need to revisit and do a poll just to see what people are still saying, because the people that are voting, and this is my opinion, this is what I think. I don't have facts or statistics to verify this, but I think the people that will watch and vote are the core group. They're like the true fans of the show, the This Week in Customs. It's going to be uh, most likely a lot of the customizers, and then fans of those customizers or fans of the show that will watch it. I have people telling me, which is great for me to hear, that they really enjoy the show, that they can't wait for it on weekends. And but I think those people that are doing the voting is the core group of people that actually give the watch time. The watch time on the episodes, it averages between 26 and like 34%, which is low. I think the more popular shows on YouTube, from my understanding, are over like in the mid to high 40s and up. That's a pretty good audience retention. So, but I think the core group of people that will watch it from, what will watch the majority of the program are the people that are voting. So I think I will definitely revisit and then talk about the time. Now, what happens if I have to shorten the time? Then I'm going to be limited, because I don't know if you guys can tell. I know the customizers that have been doing it for a while can tell the different levels that I show on the show. They'll range from like super amazing, top notch people that get paid for their custom work. Somebody like a Lee Aller, Leach Customs, who's been doing customs for a really long time, and his quality of work is at the very top of the food chain. And then moving below him and below him and below in the tiers, but they're still amazing artists, don't get me wrong. And then there'll be some newer artists that still have a lot of work to do, but their product is looking good, and I like to show those. I really don't want to show like customs that are, especially if they're poorly lit, customs that can't really appreciate the custom work that's been done, or work that I can't really tell it's work. I do like to show some work in progress shots and stuff like that, because it shows skill levels and what they're doing, and then you can see is like, oh, wait a second, this one week he was working on this armor piece that he's he or she that they're sculpting, and then they're adding to it the next week, and then it's like this growth that happens. Like on this week's episode, Captain Snicked, he's got a cable that he's been doing, and I think Jason also has a cable too that he's been working on for a long time. But with Captain Snick, we saw that from the very beginning, so the progression's been there, and people that are actually like, they've been watching, and they're gonna remember, oh shoot, look at where that custom's going. And I dig it. I love that stuff. So getting back to my point though, if I bring a shorter time, I'm not gonna be able to show the people that are making strides and becoming better customizing, because then then the show, I think, will really drop off. I think what's making the show, I think what draws people in are these impressive customs, right? And then some of the newer artists get to benefit from those folks, right? Because they'll get noticed and maybe they'll see stuff that they can even start doing on themselves. I myself, I want to try to do this thing that Craig Ward did with the mouth. I haven't sculpted. I've done sculpting, but I haven't done that. And I think that I can accomplish. I can do it where I'm at right now. So I want to be able to show stuff like that to motivate people, to excite people about doing customs. But I want to keep the show exciting. And I think if I, like, for example, if I showed, I go in there and I have some of my old customs, compared to some of my newer customs, the work, you can tell the difference. So if I go and I show those old customs and that was the show would die. I would die. We need customs like from Jason. We need customs from Justin. Who else is on here that's done really good customs? That they're higher level stuff, like that Hulk. Like, I don't know if I can do that Hulk. I may be able to, not to his level, but I may be able to with where I'm at in my custom. But I don't know if I can pull it off like he's pulling it off with all those parts. And it's very interesting looking. Even in the design of it, it's very interesting, right? So I think that's what captivates the audience. What I think. The show's going up, now it's coming back down. So I think it would go really down if I shorten it up, and then if I kept the same type of customs all the way through. I think the show would suffer. Thank you, Serena. Sorry, that was really long. I haven't made too many of my own effects, Nightwalker. Juan Carlos wants Mark 85. That Mark 85 is on today. I don't know. I don't even know what the Mark 85 looks like. And I'm not the biggest Iron Man fan. So Lone Wolf says, I think longer is better. I definitely would not ever do a worst of. The only way I would ever do a worst of would be if that customizer showed a significant improvement, and then I would show their improved custom, like, wow, look at where he's at now, but look where he started. And I think that's good for people to see, because some of these guys, I'm sure when they started, Justin and Jason and Ace, I'm not sure if Ace is on here anymore, their first stuff was not great. I can bring you my first stuff and compare it to my recent stuff, and I can see the difference. That would be the only way I would do it. And then the only way I would also, I would have to contact the artist and tell them my idea. Hey, I just want to do this and have it be a little bit clickbaity, the worst of, but then have it be like, put a positive spin. I would never destroy someone like that, because it's not fair. And because I don't really even know the growth of that artist, and that's not what I'm about. I'm there to encourage. And now I will tell you the truth. Like, if you contact me, like, some people will hit me up on the DMs, as you kids say. And if they were to ask me, I will give you my opinion. Hey, I think this is the most fantastic thing. What do you think? And it's like, no, it looks like a pile of turd. No, I probably wouldn't say, no, it looks like a pile of turd. But I would say, hey, you need to work on this. Like, recently I contacted someone and I mentioned about sculpting. Not that I'm a pro or anything I'm not, but I can pass on the knowledge that I've given. So anyways, getting back to that, no, I would never do a worst of unless I had those caveats in place. A custom silver samurai with there's a silver samurai coming out that looks pretty good. So there, like, my thoughts on that type of, would I do a whole new custom? Unless I think I could do it better with different parts, I probably wouldn't do it. That silver samurai looks pretty good to me. I think I can do a better Absorbing Man than this body. Because I would even want the Absorbing Man to be a little bit thicker. Could I do it with this body? Maybe not this specific body, but would I be opposed to using it, putting Absorbing Man on this body? I don't know. But I think I can use a different body and make it look better. I definitely like the ball jointed hips. So my thought is, when Hasbro puts out a product, when I look at a figure, except for this Worthy cap, this is an anomaly. I typically don't buy MCU figures, but when I see a figure, I see something like this, and I look at it, and I go, "There's a lot of potential here," because I think this character's design, it's pretty simple, but I personally like how it looks. But I think with a repaint here, I think this figure would look awesome. I think this figure has the potential of looking incredible in my eyes. Obviously, for my customs, I'm the standard. It's the standard in my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna expect it to look like a loose collector custom. You know, somebody of well-known quality. But anyways, so when I'll look at a Marvel Legend figure, I can improve on it. Or like, for example, I was thinking about doing a custom Beast, and what Hasbro recently gave us, I'd rather use that than make the other one, because first of all, it's not going to be quick for me. And I think that the way Hasbro did it with a repaint, perfect. I'm good with that. If I can repaint the figure and make it look like a premium figure, I'm happy with it. Thanos, I'm not happy with the Thanoses that we've had. Even the comic version Thanos, the Walmart exclusive, whatever, didn't like it. Do I see making a Thanos with parts of the Caliban and other figures and in a custom head look better than that one? In my opinion, I think I can make one look better. That's how I look at these things. Would you be open to posting a collage pic of all the customs that are in the polls? Oh, so I'm limited by what I can put on there, because if I could, I would love to just put the pictures up. That way people know which ones they're voting on, right? But I can't. So I'm limited with what YouTube currently gives. Yeah, Lone Wolf, and I agree. So Lone Wolf is talking about that there's not enough custom videos out there. Part of the reason when I started learning how to do custom stuff, I wanted to do tutorial videos that are intended for beginners. And that's what I have on my channel. I have a lot of tutorials, and even have some live customizing sessions that is some of the boring stuff, like, prepping joints, cracking figures, things of that nature that I did it live. Because when I first started, there weren't stuff out there. One of the people that I can remember showing what they did in their customs was Glenn Webb. Craig Warwick has also shown it. Action Figure Toronto, one of my favorite customizers. You guys probably all know him. He does tutorials. He does phenomenal work, and he tells you exactly what he does, right? The problem that I have with that learning medium is that that's not how I learn best. I learn best with videos and actually doing it myself. I'm a kinesthetic learner. I'm a visual learner. And I don't even know how to define it more from videos rather than just because he takes pictures, and he takes phenomenal pictures. And I just have trouble like reading, because that's what it is. It's like you're reading it and trying to comprehend what he's doing. My mind has difficulty doing that. I followed his Professor X chair repaint, and I did it. And I think mine came out pretty darn good. Again, I'm not trying to boast, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. I followed his tutorial so I can follow it. He put out a Sauron painting tutorial. I want to repaint my Sauron. Matter of fact, that is a phenomenal figure. And I really didn't get it until he repainted. He showed some of his work in progress shots, motivated me. I want to repaint that figure. It's going to be difficult for me to follow that tutorial. I've already looked through it, and it has trouble going from there to here. He did something on Twitch once. He was repainting a Cyclops. Learned a ton from watching him on Twitch. Some of you guys, like Justin and Jason, and some of you other guys that do customs, but see, these guys, they sell figures too. So you have to understand, they don't, like, I don't sell my figures. I'm not making money selling figures. So I don't have a vested interest in showing my techniques. These guys do, because they're creating something that they're doing. And if they showed everybody how to make it, then somebody else can make and replicate exactly what they're doing. Then their work, it almost devalues the work. I think that's perhaps some of the thinking. So I wouldn't expect them to necessarily go out and share. That's why Craig Warwick, he'll spend hours and he'll show you exactly what he's doing, but he's at such a high level that the new customizers would have a very difficult time following his stuff, because he's working on like high level, like reconstruction of a figure that I would have difficulty following. And I've been doing this for about 4.5 years. So I just don't know. But if guys like that would make videos, see, guys like that, they maybe should have a Patreon, because I've simply done it. But I think with all the videos that I've made, I could have had a Patreon, because that's time that I've taken. People ask me questions all the time. I get DM'd all the time. Hey, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do that? It's gotten to the point where it's very difficult. And again, I'm not trying to boast, but I'm just trying to tell you what the facts are. I'm getting inundated in Instagram. How do you do this? How do you do that? On Facebook, same thing. How do you do this? How do you do that? Well, people charge for that. I don't. I haven't charged a dime. But I could have put it on Patreon. I could have put my videos on Patreon, the ones that I have on there, and could have said, well, if you want to, donate $1 or $5 or $20, go to Patreon and show me some stuff. I think these guys that are selling their customs should do something like that. They should have a Patreon and do, if they're creating something, and then that way, because they are selling stuff, they can make some money on what they're doing, because that is, especially if they're doing it as a side business. I don't know why I ranted on that, because I already forgot. Robert De Niro's dead? Black Knight's body on what? Oh, he passed away? Really? Robert De Niro? Daniel, okay, I'm sorry, I missed what Daniel had said. What's up, Will? Maybe for some random characters, but I'm missing what you guys are saying here. Yeah, there you go. Justin started with Glenn Webb. Glenn Webb is a significant cultural, I wouldn't call him necessarily an icon, but he's definitely a significant character in our world, especially when we're talking Marvel Legends. Significant impact on customizers, because people still to this day, I'm telling you, I randomly saw a video, it may have been last year. I can't remember when I did the custom spot, but I was watching something and I saw Glenn's thing come up, and I had watched him. I had watched a ton of his videos, but I hadn't seen this one video, or maybe I can't remember, but I clicked on it and it was the spot, and he inspired me to go do that spot. And if you go do that video, I give him shout outs, and I even show parts of his videos in there. I love that, man. So if he was still alive today, still doing this thing, I think his channel would be huge, because he had very good production value, and he was just about to get to the 100,000 right when he passed away. And I think if he would have carried on, equipment production would have continued. I mean, he was very good at scripting. That's something I would be terrible at. I speak for a living, and I'm usually good with ad lib if I'm not being stupid or tired or whatever. I prefer to ad lib than do scripting. He was fantastic with words, very good at scripting, and he's left a mark in our collectors community, which is pretty neat. No, I just heard. So, Will, I just heard that from here that Robert De Niro, he was a very good actor. I've missed some comments. I apologize if I missed your comment. I'm not trying to dismiss you. What time is it? Because I do have to go to work tomorrow. So Toy Box Customs, he's another guy. And oh man, talking about past your bedtime. Concho Chigo. So Toy Box Customs, he's been inspired by Glenn Webb also. I don't know if I like that new Doctor Doom for a classic. Is that what you're saying that they did? What mold? You know, I saw there's a Fortnite figure made by McFarlane, Black Knight, that parts of it could be used, and I think the size may be a little bit too big. What would I use? I've wanted to do a Doctor Doom. I think that Doctor Doom, his armor, his classic armor, I think it's best to wait until Hasbro puts it out, because Hasbro will put it out and the bones are going to be there. And then if you want to get some soft goods, you can go to Eric Harker, because I'm sure Eric will be making them, or C. Jessam, I'm sure will make them too. Scotticus Customs will probably make something like that if they haven't already. I know that Eric was planning on putting out a kit, but he's inundated with work, so he's not taking any commissions currently. But I know that he had that in the plans. I just don't know if it's going to come true. Oh, you're on shift. You're doing shift work. Yeah, I've done shift work too. Are you on the 48? Well, never mind. Well, we can talk offline. So Black Knight, maybe, but but it has scaling. I don't think that looks like the Doctor Doom armor. So I would be hesitant to use that. All right. So I think I've rambled on a really long time already. Thank you for all of you that gave me the thumbs up while you were in here. I think I feel like I've been talking it's got to be close to 2 hours. Thank you for hanging out and making my night go fast, because my family isn't here. I should post a picture. You should have seen what they left me. They left me this big, ginormous bear, a humongous bear, bigger bear than you can imagine, stuffed animal. And they left me a note. It's pretty cute. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thanks for interacting. Thanks for being patient with I haven't done live streams in a while, so my multitasking. And please, if you know how to fix the audio issue that I'm having, hit me up in the DMs, please. All right, guys, I'm signing off. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you this Friday for This Week in Customs. And after that, at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Dude Dog's channel, the other guys are going to be discussing the top 5 figures for 2019 thus far. Brock, peace.